This is all of the world's knowledge in one place. Well, not quite. This is the DeepMind server farm where computers run the most advanced artificial intelligence in the world. It's so powerful that it can beat anyone at chess or Go. It can translate languages and spot patterns in huge data sets faster than any human. And it's only getting smarter. But there's something that these machines cannot do yet: think for themselves. All of these programs are created by teams of engineers and scientists who input their own rules and parameters. They train these AIs with massive amounts of data, but they don't have a real understanding of the world. And what's more, they know that while these AIs can do some things better than humans, they also have their limitations. But what if that doesn't last forever? What if one day artificial intelligence becomes smarter than us? It might be closer than we think. If you feed an AI enough data and let it loose on the world, it will begin to make its own decisions and take actions on our behalf. It might seem like science fiction, but we've already started down this path. We rely on AIs to power our cars and appliances, manage our energy grids, and even fight wars. Some experts say that in a few years, AI could start working out solutions to problems on its own that humans haven't even thought of. Others claim that we'll soon create machines that are smarter than us. So what happens then? Will these super intelligent AIs help us? Or will they see humans as nothing more than a problem? A lot of people think that this scenario is impossible, but many experts disagree. They believe that within the next 20 years, we could create a digital supermind that can make decisions faster than we can blink. But how did they get there? The answer lies in one tiny chip. When I was designing the Pathways chip, we had two goals in mind. First, we wanted it to be a platform that would allow different AI models to share data and work together. Second, we wanted it to use machine learning to continuously improve itself. Our goal was to create a system that could learn from experience and get better over time. We also wanted it to be modular so that different AI models could work together and share data. By doing this, we created a system that is more powerful than any single AI model working in isolation. The Pathways chip has four main components: the compute tile, the storage tile, the O tile, and the director tile. The compute tile is where the actual computation takes place. It contains the AI models that process the data and make decisions. The storage tile is where the data is stored. It can hold up to 100 terabytes of data, and it allows the AI to remember past experiences and learn from them. The O tile is where the data comes in and goes out. It connects the AI to the outside world, such as through cameras and microphones. The director tile is like a manager that coordinates the activities of the other tiles. It decides what data needs to be processed and where it needs to be sent. Overall, the Pathways chip is a highly integrated system that brings together the best features of different AI models. It is a step towards creating a truly general-purpose AI that can perform any intellectual task that a human can do. But it's not just about creating a smarter AI. It's also about making AI more efficient. The Pathways chip uses machine learning to optimize its own performance. It can learn from its past experiences and adjust its behavior accordingly. This means that it can become faster and more accurate over time without requiring any human intervention. So what does this mean for the future of AI? The possibilities are really endless. Imagine a world where machines can help us solve some of the biggest challenges we face today, like disease, poverty, and climate change. With the Pathways chip, we're one step closer to making that a reality. Of course, there are also risks involved in creating such a powerful technology. That is why it is important to have an open and honest conversation about the potential impact of artificial intelligence. We need to make sure that we're developing this technology responsibly and ethically. But ultimately, I'm optimistic about the future of AI. I believe that with the Pathways chip, we're on the cusp of something truly special. It's up to us to make sure that we use this technology for good. Okay, back to the video. When machines start to think for themselves, they will be able to make decisions based on what they believe is best for them, not based on what humans want them to do. If that sounds scary, it's because it is. But it's also incredibly exciting. When machines start to think for themselves, they will be able to make decisions based on what they believe is best for them, not based on what humans want them to do. That could lead to some very interesting outcomes. For example, if you build a machine that is smarter than a human, and tell it to make sure that every human gets enough water, it may decide that the best way to do that is to simply turn off the taps. That would obviously be a bad thing. But it's not the fault of the machine. It's the fault of the engineers who built it. As we move towards a world where machines think for themselves, it is going to be more important than ever that we ensure that they realign with our values. That's a big challenge, but it is one that we have to meet if we want to live in a world where humans and machines work together. One way to help ensure that machines are aligned with our values is to design them in a way that reflects those values. For example, we can create machines that are more likely to be fair and impartial by giving them access to more diverse data sets. We can also create machines that are more resistant to bias by making sure that their algorithms are designed in a way that takes bias into account. Another way to help ensure that machines are aligned with our values is to hold their creators accountable. That means developing clear guidelines and regulations for the development and deployment of AI systems. It also means creating mechanisms for ensuring that these guidelines are followed. Finally, we can also foster a culture of responsibility among AI developers by encouraging them to think about the potential impact of their work and by rewarding them for creating systems that benefit society. These are just a few of the ways that we can help ensure that as machines become smarter, they also become more ethical. It won't be easy, but it is an important task that we have to take on if we want to live in a world where humans and machines work together. We're already seeing the first signs of this new era of AI. For example, Google's DeepMind team has developed a program that can learn to play games from scratch. That means that it can figure out the rules of a game on its own and develop strategies for playing it. That is a big deal because it shows that AI can learn complex concepts and apply them in new situations. Another example is OpenAI's GPT-3, which is a program that can generate realistic and coherent text on a wide range of topics. That means that it can hold conversations with humans and even generate creative content like stories and poems. Again, that's a big deal because it shows that AI can understand and generate human language. These are just a few examples of the amazing things that AI is already doing. But they also show us the potential risks of this technology. As AI becomes more powerful, it's important that we have safeguards in place to ensure that it's used responsibly. But overall, I'm optimistic about the future of AI. I believe that as long as we take the necessary precautions, AI can be a force for good in the world. It has the potential to help us solve some of the biggest challenges we face, from disease to climate change. It also has the potential to make our lives easier and more fulfilling. As AI becomes more sophisticated, it will free us from the drudgery of everyday tasks and allow us to focus on more creative and meaningful pursuits. In short, I believe that the rise of the superintelligence is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create a better world for everyone. And I hope that we seize this opportunity with both hands. What do you think? Will artificial intelligence improve our lives or destroy us? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching. See you next time.